In our today's video, we are going to install Android 12 on Orange Pi 02W. In our previous episode, basically we have installed Linux on our Orange Pi. This time we are going to install Android 12. So let's get started. So once you are into orangepi.org, or you can Google Orange Pi, basically you will get this website. Go to Service and Downloads, click on Download. Scroll up a little bit, find your board. In our case it is Orange Pi 02W. Click on that, then scroll down again. You will see some official tools, manuals, some images, all of those things. So first let's take our Android image. Click on Downloads. I'm going to right click and open a new tab. Basically this will open one Google Drive link, and then we will also need some official tools. Click on official tools, click on open on new tab. Now you see in the Google Drive there is one tar.gz. This is your Android 12 image, and in the next tab what I have the official tools, and under the official tools there are many folders. You need to go into Android image burning tool, double click on that. Once you are into Android image burning tool, you will see there are basically two files. One is zip file, another is exe. Basically you will need this Phoenix card.zip. Select and download this. I have already downloaded that, and you have to download this tar.gz, which is basically containing the image file of your Android operating system. Click on download. So I have downloaded these two files. So let me unzip this installer or the flasher tool, which is Phoenix card. You can't use balena tool, which we have used in earlier episode. So let me extract that to a folder. Click on extract. Now my Phoenix is extracted, and I need to extract this tar.gz also. Right click on that, then extract to a folder. It is going to take some time. Now I see the folder which I got extracted from the .gz. Go into that and you will see one .tar file. Again I need to extract it to this folder. So click on extract again. Basically there is double layer zip. First one is gunzip and then next one is tar. Then if you go to the folder which is extracted from tar, you will see basically one .image file, and we are all set. Now let's go to our Phoenix software. In the extracted folder, scroll down and you will have some PDF guides. You can check those out. But yeah, let's click on this Phoenix card.exe, run it. Click on yes when you get a prompt, and this is the window you get. You need to select the image. Click on image, go to your path where .image file is there. So this is my Android folder, again another folder, and here is this image file. Select that, click on open. And I need to do one thing. I didn't insert the SD card with a micro SD card adapter. I'm going to insert that now. As soon as I insert this, the drive letter is shown, the capacity. If the drive is not formatted, this tool is going to automatically format it for you. But otherwise you can, if there is any data, you can format it in typical way. So in my case it is already empty. You need to click on this startup, select this one. My image is already selected. The drive is already selected. Just click on burn. It is going to burn all the image files onto your SD card. Click on burn. It is formatting as you see on my screen. After the formatting, it is basically going to install all the files. So I'm going to pause here and fast forward this when it is completed. As you see on my screen, it is showing a green color status, which is success basically. So you can close this window, and you will see if you go to my computer, you will basically see 127 MB of drive is appearing over here. So the remaining space, basically near around whatever GB you have, is taken by the operating system, and it is getting mounted as local internal drive. And this drive is basically treated as SD card or external SD card for your Android. You can load up small files or images or something. For example, what I am going to do, I'm going to copy a couple of APK files which I have with me. So let me go into my softwares. I'm going to take one browser, one file explorer, or maybe I can take all of this. Maybe I can create up one folder. This is a new folder. Copy and paste. Both the files are now in the SD card of that Android image. Then we can simply eject this card from here or maybe from the USB removal. So safely just remove this volume E or whatever volume you are using. It is safe to remove now. Take out your SD card adapter from computer. Take the micro SD card and insert that in your SBC Orange Pi. You can check out my earlier video how to insert that. But yeah, let's get started by powering on the device. I have powered on the device. The logo is coming on my screen as you see, and it is basically using the all-in-one chip. That is why the all-in-one logo is there. And here we go. This is our Android, and I have connected basically my keyboard as we have done for previous video. In the same manner, I have connected it, and I can pretty much use mouse and keyboard to control this. And as you see, there are not much apps installed over here. We can explore few things, maybe settings. So if I go to settings, double tap on your mouse or touchpad, you'll see Bluetooth, apps, device preferences and Wi-Fi. Basically these are the things, nothing else. So let me connect to one Wi-Fi network maybe. So from settings, let's go to network and internet, and let's turn our Wi-Fi on. It will basically list all your Wi-Fi nearby which are in range. So let me take this sample Wi-Fi which I have created, and this hide password is basically a joke. It does not do anything. Let me show you. So hide password is selected and this is my password. So this button does not work. So no worries. Then click on this green right button on the soft keyboard. Now it is connecting to my Wi-Fi. Connected successfully. Now we can pretty much browse internet, and if you are using keyboard and mouse, just right click to imitate the back button. Basically does not have the 3-button window as we see typically on Android. They wanted to mimic Android TV, but it does not have those options. Even it does not have power off option, which is basically bad in my view. So let's go to file manager now. Double tap on it using your keyboard, and let's go to SD card. Remember our 127 MB? It's here. Later onwards, I have basically renamed that as download, where we have kept that was new folder basically. I skipped that video, but yeah, that's not a problem. Then here you see all those apps which we have copied. Let's install maybe pure browser for now, and we'll browse the internet. Obviously settings is blocked. Click on settings and turn on this file manager. Basically it will be able to install any app now. Click on install. Now click on open. And I can pretty much browse anything. You can install APKs like this. Basically whenever you insert this SD card on your computer, you will get that 127 MB drive visible in your my computer. You can copy anything, but that space is little bit less, I guess. The formatting tool would have given me some option, maybe how much GB I want to specify as SD card. But yeah, that's fine. Let's go back and let's explore some of the settings which we can use. This was our, so it does not have any home button or back button. It is little bit difficult. Let's go to settings again. So you can enable your Bluetooth and you can search for your new devices and you can pair them up basically. So you can pair new devices. I'm not going to do that now for this demonstration. And you can install, uninstall apps from this apps window. You can click on see all apps, permissions and other things as well. And in the device preferences, you will get many options you can check out. Basically, if you check the display and sound, you can change your resolution. Basically, if you go to advanced display settings, and here if you click on HDMI output mode, you will see basically it is set as 1080 at 60 Hz, and you can go up to 4K 60 Hz if your monitor supports it, but my monitor is 1080, so that's fine. Let's go back, and you can change many other things like color and other things which I'm not bothering now. And you can change the audio output as well. By default it is audio output set as HDMI, but you can pretty much choose Bluetooth if you have connected any Bluetooth speakers or something like that. So that's all for this video basically. In next episode we can check out some cool stuff which we can do with this SBC or single boot computer. Till then, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you in some next amazing videos. And one more tips, as this does not have any power button or something like that which I can turn off. Even I have tried one power button application from Play Store. I have taken that APK, but that does not work with this settings bit. So you have to basically turn off by turning off the power. But in case of Linux, the power off button or shutdown button was there. Come on Orange Pi, you should give these options like shutdown, restart and those things along with one browser, I'll say. That's all from my end. Thank you again.